Walking up this street 2 years ago was the proudest moment of my life. A new Labour government, the first in 14 years. A page in our country's history turned after years of disappointment and despair. The chance to change the lives of millions of people for the better. That's what I came into politics for. The journey to that point was not easy. 6 years ago, I inherited a Labour Party that was politically, financially and morally bankrupt. I was told time and time again that my party was finished, that we were consigned to history, that a majority at the general election, let alone a landslide majority, was impossible. But we proved those people wrong, because we changed our party, ripping out the poison of anti-Semitism, restoring trust on the economy, defence and national security, and becoming a party that once again stood proudly with, not against, our national flag. Restoring trust. Change was with a singular purpose, not power, but to change Britain, to build a fairer country with dignity and respect, where everyone is seen, everyone is valued, wealth and opportunity for all, not just the privileged few. And look at what we've achieved in just 2 years. An economy that is stronger, growing faster than our peers, wages rising faster. And look at what we've achieved in just 2 years. An economy that is stronger, growing faster than our peers, wages rising faster than inflation in every single month since we came to power, investment secured, infrastructure being built, an end to austerity, with the fastest fall in NHS waiting lists for 17 years, the biggest improvement in rights for workers and renters in a generation, the biggest uplift in defence spending since the Cold War, small boat crossings falling, asylum hotels closing, protecting young people from social media, and 500,000 children being lifted out of poverty because of the choices that I made. Our reputation in the world restored. Britain once again standing up for decency, respect and the rule of law. Securing trade deals, standing with Ukraine, standing up for our values and rebuilding our relationship with our allies in Europe. Change promised by a Labour government. Change fought for by a Labour government. Change delivered by a Labour government. But I know the question being asked now is not who was best placed to change the Labour Party, to take us into power and to begin the vital work of improving lives for millions of people. I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question, and I accept that answer with good grace. Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party. I have spoken to His Majesty the King this morning to inform him of my decision. I will ask the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party to set out a timetable with nominations opening on the 9th of July and completed by the summer recess. In the case of a contest, this will ensure a new leader is in place before Parliament returns in September. I will remain in post as Prime Minister until the contest is complete, and I will do everything I can to ensure an orderly handover of power. I will also give my successor my full and unequivocal support, knowing that they will inherit a Britain that is far stronger and fairer than the one I inherited 2 years ago, better prepared for the challenges ahead, and better able to ensure the Labour Party secures a second term in office. I want to thank all of those friends and colleagues who have been at my side for these past 6 years or so for their incredible commitment, service and support. I want to thank the brilliant Number 10 staff and our country's extraordinary civil service who dedicate their lives to public service. And when I leave the biggest job in the country, I shall spend more time on the most important job, being the best husband I can to my fantastic wife Vic, who has been a rock by my side through good times and bad, and being the best dad I can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy. Thank you very much.
When he visited him. This is his payment. This is his punishment. All right. What you just watched there is the formal announcement by the UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer that he will be resigning as leader of the Labour Party, essentially also meaning that he would be taking his exit as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom under this Labour government. In his speech, he was able to reminisce on walking to that same podium 2 years ago when the Labour Party took over power from the British Conservative Party. He was able to detail some of the achievements of the Labour Party under his leadership, restoring trust in defence, an economy that's growing faster than their peers, wages growing faster than inflation every single month, protection for young people with the recent social media bill, lifting 500,000 children from poverty were some of the achievements he listed, securing trade deals, standing with Ukraine, and rebuilding partnerships with allies across Europe. These were some of the achievements that British Prime Minister Keir Starmer detailed in his resignation speech just a few minutes ago.
And obviously, the party will never tell you, you feel sorry for him. Politics is brutal. But the party will never tell you is the winter tax issue, that dogs his administration. Many other scandals. The Mandelson scandal. That was another one that dogged his administration. The fact that he didn't think that through properly before he brought in former old Labour Mandelson in a position, and he had obviously ties with Jeffrey Epstein. That's another one that dogs the administration. The 20 billion black hole that him and his Chancellor of the Exchequer couldn't tell us how they were going to feel. And they said they were not going to raise taxes, but hey, they were raising taxes one way or the other to be able to fill that black hole. That was a problem there. The McSweeney situation too was another problem there. So he had myriads of problems. And I think the straw that really broke the camel's back for him after the Mandelson saga and everything was the local elections, was the routing of reform at the local election. Once that happened, I knew it was as good as done for Keir Starmer. That will be said about the man, so Labour at heart that his parents named him Keir in honor of the founder of the Labour Party, Keir Hardie. Became a prime minister after 14 years of the Labour Party, brought Labour Party down, won with a majority against the Conservatives, but that's the end of the man named after the founder of the Labour Party, Keir. That's it for Keir. He wouldn't stammer any longer.
When another prime minister takes over, hopefully by September, which is the date that everyone is looking at, that would then be the 7th Prime Minister of Great Britain in a decade. We've had quite a large turnover. But it's not just Keir Starmer that is leaving today. Another important thing that is happening is that Andy Boham is going to take his seat today in Westminster as an MP. Now, some people say that what will happen hereafter will be a coronation because of the popularity that he has and the overwhelming majority that he recorded, winning against Reform UK in the parliamentary election where he became triumphant. Well, in any case, a leadership challenge, a contest has been kicked into place. Let us see whether indeed it will be a coronation or whether, in fact, there's going to be any kind of recontest. But what is at stake, clearly, is the future of the Labour Party within the calculations. But Keir Starmer said something. He said he has decided to resign, as if he had an option in the matter, considering the overwhelming pressure on him. About 20 cabinet ministers, senior and junior, having deserted his cabinet within the last 2 years of his, assumption of office. He says he's putting the country that he loves first. Well, maybe there is a message there for other politicians in other jurisdictions, particularly in Nigeria. Do Nigerian politicians put their country first? If this was in Nigeria, you will have been hearing things about ethnicity, about religion, about, conspiracy. But, well, an era ends for Keir Starmer. Will history be kind to him? That is in the womb of time.